In this video, I'm going to help you simplify some pretty tough exponential, not even functions, just kind of expressions here. So hopefully after this lesson, you'll know how to understand and apply the zero and negative properties of exponents, and I'll talk to you about how to simplify these pretty tough problems here. So the first one here, I have 36a to the 8th b squared times, now this entire fraction has this -1 symbol. So this really means this -1 is going to go to my 6, it's going to go to my a, it's going to go to my b, which means everything in this fraction is going to end up needing to flip floors of your fraction because of that negative. So I'm just going to copy this part down here first, because I'm not going to do anything with this quite yet. But I am going to assign that negative power to everything in this set of parentheses. Now, if you already have a power there, you're just going to multiply 2 times -1 and you get -2. So anything that has a negative power just means it's on the wrong floor. So let's put this on the correct floor, all right? Now, this would be 6 on the bottom, a to the first on the top, and b squared on the top. I don't really need to write the power of 1. You can get away without writing it down. You really don't need it. And so b squared, excuse me, over 6. Now this fraction, I'm going to do a little simplifying here because I noticed that I have some a's in common and b's in common. So my 36, I'm not going to do anything with that yet, but if I have 8 a's and I take away one of them from the bottom because I cancel, I have 7 left. So I subtract my 8 minus the 1 here means I had 7 more on the top. Now 2 b's, subtracting the 1 that it has in common, my exponents, 2 minus the 1 here, means I had 1 more b in the numerator. So my denominator got canceled out. Now when we multiply a fraction, you multiply top times the top. So let's see, 36, a to the 7th times a, that's a total of, in the numerator then, if I make this one giant fraction, a to the 8th, add 7 in this one over here. b here times 2 more b's is a total of 3 b's in the numerator. And now let's just divide by 6. 36 divided by 6 is 6. Crazy how all that turned into just this. Again, we got some pretty tough problems here, so I'm going to try to work through a couple more with you. So I noticed that everything in this fraction is going to be applied a power of -2. So let's distribute that power to every number, every letter in that entire fraction, everything. So 2 to the -2, x to the -2. If there's a power already there, we just multiply. So now -4 here on my y. And this y gets an 8. And let's see here. Oh, this was negative. So this is a negative, and a negative times a negative, let me fix, that would be a +4. Now in the denominator, 3 to the -2, I just kind of covered up that negative, my bad. A -1 times -2 is a +2 here, and my y gets my -2. Now anything that has a negative power, we're going to move floors. I'm going to move them to the correct floor first. So I'm going to have 3 to the +2 up top. Let's see, my y to the +2 will go up, so I move that up and I move that up, so I got those done. This is going to bump down, this is going to bump down, and this is going to bump down. Did anything stay originally? Yes, this was going to stay. And this one had to stay. Okay, so I moved 3 on the bottom, moved 2 up top, and then I had a couple letters that stayed. Now let's put things together that we can. In the numerator, I can combine these. 2 y's here and 4 y's here means I have 6. 2 plus 4, 6 y's for the top total. 2 squared is 4. I didn't tell you this, but 3 squared is 9. Now on the bottom, I have x squared and x squared. That's a total of 4 on the bottom, and y to the 8th. And now I notice I have y's in common in the top and the bottom of my fraction, so let's simplify that. 9 over 4, x to the 4th. Those aren't going to cancel, but if I have 8 y's on the bottom and I take away the 6 from the top, there are 2 more y's in the bottom, 2 more than we had in the top. It's kind of that remainder stays in the bottom because the bottom originally had more y's. I'd like to do these next 2 problems, but this video is getting long, so check out my next video. See if you can tackle those.